Good day, future teachers. In this video lesson, you'll be learning the measures of position, which is the unit 4.3 of our course Mathematics in the Modern World. And this will be our first topic for the finals. Measures of position, we have the quartiles and percentiles and also the deciles. Dun sa mga nauna nating discussion, we have the measure of central tendency, and under measures of central tendency, we have the mean, median, and mode. Then we have the measures of variability. Under the measures of variability, we have the range, standard deviation, and variance. Here, we have the measures of position. We have quartiles, percentiles, and deciles. So, pangatlo na to, different way of measuring in statistics. So from here, we'll be setting our objective for this video lesson. After watching, you'll be able to find quartiles, percentiles, and deciles. What is the relevance of this video lesson? To be able to evaluate our relative position when interested in comparing performance and knowing a ranking. Sa ating mga teachers, mahalaga din na alam natin paano mag-solve ng measures of position para malaman natin paano ba nagpe-perform ang ating mga estudyante pagdating sa academics or non-academic, para malaman natin yung kanilang position. Kaya siya tinawag na measures of position. Ano yung position niya, no? Hindi porke sinabi na, hindi katulad sa measures of central tendency, ang kinukuha natin average of the scores. Sa measure of variability naman, ang tinitingnan natin doon gaano magkakalapit o magkakalayo ang scores. Dito sa measures of position, ano ang posisyon ng isang score? Yun ang tinitingnan natin dito. So that's the difference of the three. Position, it is used to describe the position of a data value in relation to the rest of the data. So the different types, we have quartiles, percentiles, and deciles. Ito yung tatlong klase. No? Paano natin makikita ang position ng isang score or ng isang data in relation to the rest of other scores. Quartiles. So let's start with the first one, quartiles, from the word itself, quarter. Ibig sabihin, hinahati natin yung set of scores into 4 equal parts. Values of the variables are divided into quarters or 4 equal parts, and they are called Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q4. So that's first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and fourth quartile. Pero pag fourth quartile na, hindi na natin sinosolve yun kasi yun na yung pinakadulo, yung pinakadulo ng ating set of scores. Kapag yung set of scores ay naka-arrange in ascending order. Q1 or the first quartile is the lower quartile. At most, 25% of data is smaller than the first quartile. Ibig sabihin, pag nakuha mo yung posisyon ng first quartile, nakuha mo yung score na yon, lahat nung yung score na yon, meron siyang 25% na scores na nataasan. Ganyan. Ibig sabihin, yung other 25% mas mababa sa kanya. It divides the lower half of a data set in half. Kasi meron tayong lower half at saka higher half. Yung first quartile, i-divide niya ang lower half into another half. And then the second quartile is what we call the median of the set of scores. The median divides the data set in half. Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina, no? Kapag second quartile, hinahati niya yung lahat ng scores into 2. So, mahahati ni second quartile, lahat ng scores, magkakaroon tayo ng lower half at saka ng higher half. Ngayon, si first quartile naman, hinahati niya yung lower half into another half. Ganun yung nagiging eksena ni first quartile. Then 50% of the data values fall below the median and 50% fall above. Kaya nga siya tinawag na median, yung kalahati niya, yung kalahati ng set of scores mas mababa sa kanya, yung kalahati ng set of scores mas mataas sa kanya. And then the third one is the upper quartile, which is the third quartile. At most, 25% of data is larger than the third quartile. So, di ba meron na tayong higher half kasi hinati ni median, di ba? Nagkaroon tayo ng higher up. Ngayon, yung higher up, pag dinivide mo yon into 2, si third quartile yon yung nasa pinakagitna ng higher half. Tapos, syempre, kung si third quartile ang humahati dun sa higher up, 25% mas mababa sa kanya, 25% mas mataas sa kanya. Okay, so, ayan, para mas maliwanagan tayong lahat. Here is the figure. This is yung first line na yan. This first line is the first quartile. This second line is the third quartile. Then this third line is this is the second quartile. Then this is the third quartile. And this is the fourth quartile. Kaya hindi na natin sinosolve ang fourth quartile. Yung sinasabi natin kanina na median, second quartile, ito yung hati niya. Ibig sabihin, siya yung pinakagitna ng set of scores. So, 50% mas mababa sa kanya, 50% mas mataas kaysa kay median or second quartile. Tapos, ito ngayon ang ating lower half. Ito ngayon ang ating higher half. Yung lower half, hinahati ni first quartile into another half. Kaya yung 50% naging to 25. Tapos si third quartile naman, hinahati niya ang higher half, kaya yung 25% mas mababa sa kanya, yung 25% mas mataas sa kanya. Okay? So, we have the first quartile, second quartile, and the third quartile. Paano sinosolve ang quartile? So, we have the formula, the quartile formula. For the first quartile or Q1, Q1 is equal to 1/4. Bakit 1/4? Kasi this is the first quartile, 1. And then there are 4 different parts. Kasi quarter nga siya, no? Kaya 1/4. Yan. Times the quantity of n plus 1. Yun yung magiging Q1 natin or first quartile. Kung third quartile, so papalitan mo lang si 1 ng 3 kasi we are looking for the third quartile. Kung second quartile naman, so magiging 2/4 lang yan or 1/2 times the quantity of n plus 1, third. O kaya naman, para mas madali, kung meron ka ng value ng third quartile at meron ka ng value ng first quartile, you just subtract Q3 minus Q1 that is equivalent to the median. Let us have an example. Suppose that we have the set of scores 3, 9, 12, 13, 15, 17, 19, 20, and 24. Make sure that your set of scores ay naka-arrange in ascending order. Ibig sabihin, para makita talaga ninyo yung tamang posisyon ng mga scores, naka-arrange siya mula sa pinakamababa hanggang sa pinakamataas. Hindi po pwede na gulo-gulo siya, random. Kasi hindi nyo makikita yung posisyon, mamamali kayo. Okay? So that is your first task. Kung merong given set of scores, i-arrange nyo muna siya in ascending order. Magsimula kayo sa pinakamababa hanggang sa may pinakamataas. Okay. Find Q1, Q2, and Q3 or first quartile, second quartile, and the third quartile. Okay. So, isolve natin siya. Again, the formula. Let's solve for the first quartile. So, we have Q1 is equal to, the formula here is 1/4, correct? So, what is 1/4 in decimal? Kung gumagamit tayo ng calculator, that is 0.25 times n. Our n is the number of set of scores. How many scores do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 plus 1. term. So, yan yung pang position niya. No? Okay, so you will have 9 plus 1 is equal to 10 times 0.25. 10 times 0.25 is equal to 2.5. Dahil 2.5 na yan, you round it off. Kaya ang ating first quartile ay yung third number in the set of scores. Ano yung third number? 1, 2, 3, that is equal to 12. So this is our Q1, 12. So third is equal to 12. And then we solve for the median, that's Q2 or second quartile. Pag second quartile, that's 2 over 4. What is 2 over 4? That's 0.5 times n plus 1. So definitely that's 10 already kasi 9 plus 1 yon equals 5. So fifth. Yung pang fifth, that is our median. Bilangin mo lang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 which is equal to 15. Ibig sabihin, yung second quartile natin ay pang 5 at ang pang 5 score ay 15. Ibig lang sabihin dito, hindi porke na-solve mo na yung first quartile o second quartile, tapos na. Hindi. Pag na-solve mo na yon, ibig sabihin, nakuha mo na yung position niya, hahanapin mo ngayon ano yung number na nandoon sa position na yon. Tulad dito, second quartile natin ay pang 5th at ang pang 5 score ay 15. So that is our median or second quartile. Then we solve for the third quartile. Third quartile is 3 over 4. What is 3 over 4 in decimal? That is 0.75 times 10 because that's 9 plus 1, n plus 1, and n is equal to 9. So you will have 10 is equal to, we multiply 10 by 0.75 by 10 is equal to 7.5. Then you round it off. What is 7.5? That is 8. What is the 8th number in the set of scores? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the answer here is equal to 20. So you already have here the measurement of the first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. Pero kanina, di ba sinabi natin na to solve for Q2 or second quartile, that is equal to Q3 or third quartile minus the first quartile. So let us try if it's true. What is our third quartile? Our third quartile is 7.5 minus our first quartile is 2.5. 7.5 minus 2.5 is 5. So that's 5th. Tama yung nakuha natin nung umpisa. Ibig sabihin, kahit na ano yung gamitin nating formula sa pag-solve ng second quartile o ng median, you will still arrive at the same answer, which is the 5th or equal to 15 because the fifth number in the set of score is equal to 15. So that is how easy how to solve for the quartiles. Q1, Q2, and Q3, or should I say first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. You just have to remember the formula in solving for the quartile. Alright. We move on to the next one, the next measure of position, which is the percentile. Percentiles, values of the variable that divide a rank set into 100 subsets. Kanina, sa quartiles, hinati lang natin yung set of scores into 4. Here, sa percentiles, hinahati natin yung set of scores into 100. Kaya siya percentile. Okay? For example, 30 percentile would be at 30%. Okay? Note that the first quartile is equal to the 25th percentile. Q2 or second quartile is equal to the 50th percentile, and that is the median. And the third quartile is equal to the 75th percentile. Meaning, if you are asked to solve for the first quartile and the 25th percentile of the same set of scores, you don't need to perform two different solutions. You just have to solve either first quartile or 25th percentile so that you'll be able to have the value of what is being asked in the problem. Huwag nyo nang isolve parehas because they are just the same. Magkamukha lang si first quartile at saka si 25th percentile. Magkamukha si second quartile at si 50th percentile. Magkamukha si third quartile at saka si 75th percentile. Masasayang lang ang mga ink, masasayang lang ang mga pagod, the same lang naman. Okay? Let us have an example here. The 78th percentile means 78% are smaller than the given value. Yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Pag nakuha mo na yung 78 percentile, limbawa 1 to 100 na nakuha mo, yung pang 78 ay 45. Lahat nung mababa sa 45 na yon ay yun yung 78% nung mga scores na nakuha. Okay? Here's the question. Does making the 80th percentile mean that you made an 80% on test? Ibig daw man sabihin, yung 80th percentile, 80% on the test ang nakuha mo? Yun ba ang ibig sabihin ng 80th percentile? The answer is no. Yung 80th percentile, hindi yan yung 80% ng exam, kundi yan yung position lang. Yan yung pang 80th na mataas doon sa set of scores. So maaaring mas mataas pa yun sa 80% of the test, o pwede rin namang mas mababa yun sa 80% ng exam. The 80th percentile would mean that a person did better than 80% of the students who took the same test. Yun ang ibig sabihin. Kapag yun ang score mo, halimbawa, score mo 78, 1 to 100, ikaw yung nasa 80th percentile. So, yung 78 mo na yun, ibig sabihin, mas mataas ka sa 80% ng mga estudyante. Pero hindi ibig sabihin ay 80% yon ng exam. Okay? Position ang tinitignan natin dito. Kaya nga siya tinawag na measure of position. And here is the formula in solving for the percentile. C is equal to NP, N times P divided by 100. Okay, let us have some examples. If C is a decimal, yan, sabi, meron kasing dalawang possible answers. If C is a decimal, kung nakuha daw nating value ay decimal, if the value you find for C is not a whole number, then round up to the next whole number. Yan, round up ha, round up. Ibig sabihin, kung yan ay 8.5, magiging 9 na siya. Kung yan ay 9.2, usually ang 9.2, di ba? Retain yan, pero dahil nga decimal siya, you round it up, 9.2 will become 10. Huwag kayong magugulo ha. Ginagamit lang natin ito kapag ang sinosolve natin ay percentile. Okay? Baka mamaya sabihin nyo, 9.2, pag ni-round off yon, that should be 9.99 lang. Pero dahil nga ang sinosolve natin dito ay position, basta mayroon ng sumobra sa decimal, 9.1 yan, ira-round up mo na siya para makuha mo yung position. By the way, hindi naman yung value ng number at tinitignan natin dito, kung hindi yung position ng set of scores. This is the position where you will find your answer. And then, yung pangalawa naman, if the value that we get is a whole number, anong gagawin? Then you must average C and C plus 1. Meaning, kung ang nakuha mo, 10. C is equal to 10. Ano yung 10 plus 1? 11. So, yung pang 10 at saka yung pang 11, you get the average of that. And then, that gives you the position of the answer. So, 10 plus 11. Okay, para mas maliwanag, let us have this example. Use the following scores. 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 18, and 20. Notice that the numbers are in ascending order. Tingnan natin, yung number dapat naka-arrange palagi. So, sa mga example na ito kasi, naka-arrange na siya. Pero kung hindi siya naka-arrange like this, in ascending order, please do so para hindi kayo magkamali. Excuse me. Find the 25th or the 25th percentile, the number in the 25th percentile position. So we are asked to solve for the 25th percentile here. Yan. Okay, so to solve for the 25th percentile, we use the formula C is equal to NP o N times P divided by 100. Ano ba yung N? Ilan yung scores? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kaya dito 10. N is the number of scores times P. Ano yung P? That's the percentile. Okay? 25th percentile ang hinahanap natin. So that's 10 times 25 divided by 100. So 10 times 25 is equal to 250. Divide it by 100, that is equal to 2.5. Ayan, nakita nyo decimal siya, no? 2.5, anong gagawin? We round it up. 2.5 will become 3. So that's the third position. What is the third position here? 1, 2, 3. So that is equal to 5. Meaning the 25th percentile is equal to 5. Ganun lang din siya kasimple, no? Yung pag-solve natin ng percentile. Let's have another example. Find the 60th percentile here. The first step is to check if your scores ay naka-arrange ba ng ascending order. So, naka-arrange siya, wala tayong problema. So, we are looking for the 60th percentile. We use this formula C is equal to N times P divided by 100. N is 10. So, that's 10. Then, the percentile is 60. So, that's 10 times 60. That's 600. Divided by 100 is equal to 6. Whole number siya. Tama? Whole number ang nakuha natin. So, kukunin natin yung average ng pang 6 at ng pang 7. Alin ang pang 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, that's 10. And then yung pang 7 ay 12. We get the average of 10 and 12. 10 plus 12 is 22 divided by 2 is 11. That is why the answer is 11. Our 60th percentile is 11. Ganyan yung ginagawa natin kapag whole number ang nakuha. Another example with the same set of scores. 75th percentile is the same as the third quartile. Yan. So that's C is equal to NP. N is 10, then P is 75 divided by 100. Then 10 times 75 is 750 by 100 is 7.5 decimal. So, ang gagawin natin ay round it up. So, you will have the 8th position. Ano yung pang 8? Bilangin mo lang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At ang pang 8 ay 15. So, 75th percentile is 15. Huwag muna kayong hindi humihinto dito yung sagot, ha? Baka mamaya pag pinasolve ko kayo, what is the 75th percentile? Huminto na kayo dito sa 8. Mali yun. Dapat hanapin nyo kung ano yung pang 8 doon sa set of values. Now, you try. Use the following set of data to answer the next 3 questions. If you want to try, just pause the video and try. Ayan yung given natin ng mga set of numbers. Bilangin natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Have 20 scores. So, N is equal to 20. And then, if you want to check if your answer is right or wrong, just continue playing the video. A. Find the 75th percentile. B. Find the 30th percentile. And C. Find the 23rd percentile. Okay, you try to answer this. And then, please comment your answers below para makita ko if you are really participating in our video discussion. Here's the answer. For the 75th percentile, C is equal to 20 because 20 is our n. We have 20 numbers. Times 75 divided by 100. 20 times 75 is equal to how many? Is equal to 1,500. Divided by 100 is equal to 15. Whole number yan, kaya anong gagawin natin? Yung pang 15 at pang 16, kukuhanin natin yung average. So, bilangin natin ano yung pang 15 at 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yung pang 15 ay 16 at yung pang 16 ay 17. We add 16 plus 17 is 33 divided by 2 is equal to 16.5. So the answer, 75th percentile is 16.5. Next, letter B. Find the 30th percentile. Again, the formula is C equals N times P divided by 100. N is equal to 20 because we have 20 scores here. Times 30, that's the percentile that we are looking for, divided by 100. 20 times 30 is 600. Divided by 100 is equal to 6. Whole number na naman siya, kaya kukunin natin yung pang 6 at pang 7. And then we get the average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, and then 10. So definitely the average is 10. 30th percentile is equal to 10. The last one, find 23rd percentile. Again, the formula, hanggang sa ma-master nyo na yung formula. No? C is equal to N, which is 20 times P, is equal to 23 times 100. 20 times 23 is equal to 460 divided by 100 is 4.6. Ayan. This is decimal, so we round it up. 4.6 will become 5. So that's the 5th position. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th position is 8. The answer is 8. 23rd percentile is equal to 8. Mid-quartile. What do we mean by mid-quartile? The number halfway between Q1 and Q3, that is the mid-quartile. Ano naman yung mid-quartile? That's the second quartile. Example. Kung given na kasi yung Q3 at Q1, third quartile at saka first quartile, pwede mo na makuha yung mid-quartile by simply adding the third quartile and first quartile and then divide the sum by 2. Parang kinukuha mo yung average. Here, Q1 or first quartile is 9 and the third quartile is 16.5. How can we solve for the mid-quartile? We add Q3 and Q1, so that's 16.5 plus 9 is equal to 25.5 divided by 2 is equal to 12.75. So that's the mid-quartile. And then the last one is deciles. Again, sa quartile kanina, hinati natin yung set of scores into 4. Sa percentile, hinati natin yung set of scores into 100. Sa deciles, hinahati natin yung set of scores into 10. Ayan. Ito yun, no? Yung 10. So, dito yung D1 or first decile, second decile, third decile, fourth decile, fifth decile hanggang sa ninth decile. Because 10th decile is the last number. This is the formula in solving for the decile. So, decile sub I is equal to n plus 1 times I over 10. Yung I, 1 to 10 yan. Pwedeng 1 to 10. Like for example, you are looking for the third decile. So, ang I mo is 3. Let us have an example. Use the following set of scores. 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 18, 20. Una nyo munang i-check kung naka-arrange siya ng ascending order. Okay? Kung naka-arrange siya ng ascending order, you are good to go already. Pero kung hindi, i-arrange nyo muna siya. Kasi we are looking for the position. Position ang tinitignan natin, kaya dapat naka-arrange siya into ascending order. Find the 5th decile, which is the number in the 5th decile position, and find the 8th decile, which is the number in the 8th decile. So let's solve this. Unahin muna natin si fifth decile. What is the formula? Fifth decile is equal to, sabi natin kanina, that's n plus 1. What is our n here? Bilangin mo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 plus 1 times 1 over 10. What is I over 10? Ano yung I natin dito? That's 5. So 5 over 10 is equal to 1 half, and 1 half is equal to 0.5. So what is 10 plus 1? 11 times 0.5. 11 times 0.5 is equal to, using your calculator, is equal to 5.5. And then we round it off. What is 5.5? 5.5 is equal to 6. Ibig sabihin, our fifth decile is in the 6th position. Ano yung 6th position? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is equal to 10. So, fifth decile is equal to 10. Next, let us solve the next one, which is the 8th decile. So, 8th decile is equal to n plus 1 again. So, n, di naman nabago. That's 10 plus 1 times I over 10. What is I over 10? 8 over 10. What is 8 divided by 10? That's 0.8. So, you will have 10 plus 1 is 11 times 0.8. We multiply 11 by 0.8. 11 times 0.8 is equal to 8.8. Then, anong gagawin natin sa 8.8? We round it off. So, that will become 9. And what is the 9th score here? We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, the answer is 80. 8th decile is 80. So, that is how we solve for the decile of the set of scores. Madali lang, no? So, you just have to remember the formula in solving for quartile, for percentile, and the decile for you to be able to know the position of the set of scores. So, there you go. If you have any questions with regards to what we discussed today, please feel free to send a message in our group chat, and we'll be answering all those questions for your clarifications. Thank you once again. I wish you all a good health. God bless you everyone, and keep safe.